Welcome, 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 welcome. We are back. Yes, we're back. We're back. We're back where? In Jamaica. Yes, I'm back. Today is the 18th of July. So I'm back in Jamaica from Monday, from the road tour. Yes, this is the reason why we're here. So today's episode will be on what happened in Canada. It's a part two, it's a two-part series, I must tell you. So I'm in my office here in Jamaica, and I must tell you, you're going to be out in for a treat. So let me not take it up too much. What am I wearing? I should be wearing my merch today, but I said no. Since I'm going to be doing the excerpts from the JDTAN, JTA Education Summit, I should wear the t-shirt that we was given. Resilience, the imperative. Trust me, it was a resilient experience. I'm your host, Suzette Morrison Curtis, and I'll be carrying you through some little tidbits on what went on in Canada. It's through my lens, no other lens but mine, in terms of how things went. Some persons may say, oh, you forgot something. But I'm saying to you, it's through my lens, not yours. So let's start it off. Playing some theme music in the background. So sit back, relax, and get some juice, some water, something, and just sit back, relax, and take it in. So let me just get my slides ready. Share my screen. The Canada tour. Yes, the Canada tour. So, road trip to Canada, the JDTAN, JTA Educational Summit, the Toronto edition. You're watching yours truly. Voices that you're going to hear are from some of the persons who were there. And it's education without boundaries, guys. Look at it this way. So what do you expect? It's more of a reflective commentary from yours truly. The summit highlights the visual storytelling, the bold questions that will be asked by me, insightful discussions that we will have. So if you're online now and you want to actually be a part of this, send me something. And if you're watching after, send me something so you can be able to be on part two. So, resilience, the imperative. Let's start. When educators cross borders, though, the conversation does more than just travel. It expands with what is possible. Keep that in mind. So, this is a little roadmap to what actually happened. I may not be able to capture everything in part one, leaving you to see part two. Yes. But this is a little roadmap based on the program that we had. So pre-conference, all pre-conference have a pre-conference day arrival. So most of us arrived between the 3rd and the 4th of July. I came along on the 3rd with my other friend. Hi, Shan, if you're watching, hi. We were trying to find our other colleagues in Pearson Airport, which was a big airport. So, you know how that went, right? Last. But we prevailed and took a taxi. So, the arrival between the 3rd and the 4th, and we had a Niagara Falls picnic, and we had the opening ceremony, and movements and connections were done. I'll be showing you some snaps of these. My Niagara Falls will be a whole podcast by itself. So just make sure that you subscribe, right? So let's look at it. Anybody can tell me why I picked this out? So, when I know for sure that when persons watch this again, they will be speaking on what this is. Drop a comment down below on how you felt about flying on Flair Airline. Yes. Me? Where did I fly? Air Canada, of course. Yes. And this was the picture of Pearson Airport. Yes, they were bubbling with World Cup action. And I must say, when you went inside this airport, you were able to feel the World Cup synergy in there. The volunteers were there to assist you in terms of taking pictures. And it was more of a family moment. I was milling around, but as I said to you, it's a big airport. So I never want to get lost in the carrier. But as I said to you, Clear Airline people, which was most of you on this summit, tell me how you feel. Now, here you're going to be seeing some snippets of our archive tour. I didn't get to go on that tour, but person sent pictures. Right here, seen here is Dr. Rogers from York University, which is the one that made this happen in terms of the tour and heavily invested in the summit. Also, Dr. Gillings and other persons from the educational sector was there with the actual orator, the person that led the demonstration and the actual presentation of the Illuminate Black, the archives of Ontario. So if you're in Ontario, check this actual presentation. So the opening night. This was the opening night. Now on your left here is Dr. Mark Donovan, nicely. In the middle here, that's the actual president, if my mind serves correct, I can stand corrected, of George Brown College, as well as the consulate representative in Canada, Dr. Demetrius, and the other colleagues from the JTA and the diaspora was there. So it was a very beautiful opening ceremony, very relaxed. You know, we got to meet much people from the diaspora, other persons there, other persons from the educational sector, the Jamaica Teaching Council. So there was a lot of persons to speak to. Now, I'm going to play this, and I'm going to ask you please just to listen. Dr. Sherian Demetrius, who is they would say the head buckle and washer. She was the chairperson for this leg of the tour. Worked well with Mr. Donovan Wilson, let's say. I don't want to butcher his name. We call him Uncle Donovan. You will see him throughout the presentation as well. Forgive me, sir, if I forgot your last name. The heat out here, right?
And it is that moment in your life when you acknowledge the truth of where you are. The tired mornings. The classroom that didn't go as you planned.
Let me just play it from it. Yeah.
The student who is struggling and the toll that that struggle has on you. Resilience does not begin with pretending the red light isn't there.
Yeah.
You have to acknowledge it. It begins with having the courage to see it.
Yes.
To sit in it for a moment and to breathe.
Breathe.
Educators.
Yes.
Give yourself the permission to stop at the red light. Breathe.
Breathe. Some of us don't do that.
You cannot build resilience on the top of denial. Where is your reality? So let's look at yellow. And a lot of you are dressed in yellow this afternoon. Yellow to me is where the real work begins. Yes, yellow signals what? Caution. Proceed with caution. I challenge you to proceed with wisdom. Wisdom. Because this is not weakness. This is resilience.
Yes, it is.
Caution when you move is wisdom in motion. This is the place where you prepare, where you gather your strength, where you lean on the colleagues that are beside you, those that are behind you, and those that are in front of you. This is where you remember your why. Why did I become an educator?
Yeah. There are many times I ask myself that.
In the traffic on the road, you stop, you adjust your grip on the wheel. Yellow, therefore, is the space between what happened and what you will do next. Resilience lives in yellow.
Yes.
It is not the absence of a struggle. It is what you do in the in-between. So embrace your space, your yellow space. And then comes green. Green is not the reward for having survived red and yellow.
No.
Green is what I consider the return. It is a decision to go again, to move forward. There's a decision to walk back into that classroom, to show up for that child. To try that lesson that didn't go that well yesterday, to try it again. To believe in yourself again. Green is not naive optimism. It is reality.
It's reality. It's reality. I mean, I took my key takeaway was this from this actual message is that we sit in a space and think that everything is built upon just doing. And we don't take time to breathe. We don't take time to give ourselves some space and some actual grace and say we have done enough. So we need to look at what we are doing and move forward. Very good, Dr. Demetrius. Very good. I got to meet this lady. We didn't even get to speak in depth because she was so busy with the summit and everything. As per usual, if you're a chairperson for this, you can't sit down. You have to make sure that things worked. And I must say to you that throughout the conference, or I should say throughout the summit, there were pitfalls. They were pitfalls. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they weren't. But the resilience of getting back up on your feet and moving forward and taking that initiative to make things a little bit better was what made everything more smoother for us.
Is that moment?
So, day one. That's me right there. This was taken at the Niagara Falls at the Canadian border right there. They had this big, huge Canada icon in terms of the letter, and you could be able to go there and stand up and take pictures. So I went, and I must tell you, it was lovely. And I said to you, the other one will be part two. You'll see the most of the other things. So health, wellness, and leadership, and educator renewal becoming the entry part. These are the things that we looked upon, and it's a bouncing back, living well. We're one of the main sponsors of this actual summit, Black Creek Health Center. Gave some very good insights. They took pressure checks, so they kept us together. So if you felt uneasy, you could be able to go to one of the nurses there and get yourself sorted out. So while I go through, it will be just the main areas of the day I will put in through. So the opening charge was taken, and the keynote on resilience as an imperative was given by our best esteemed Dr. Gillings. Resilience planetary across primary and secondary and tertiary education was done. Wellness focus was actually done with the focus on mental health. The burnout, when to see when you must go. You must sit and say to yourself, this is enough. I can't do anymore. School-based support and student nutrition. These were some main focus that we spoke about on day one. An extended day fireside chat on purpose, leadership, and positive school culture was our next avenue that they took up on. I sat there and I got a next knowledge on what it is. Mind you, you have to walk to go and find that space, but as I said to you, it was an experience, right? So, my note to you: resilience begins with human capacity. Schools cannot sustain learning if educators and learners are emotionally, physically, and mentally depleted. Wow. Point to look at. So, some stakeholder provocations, I like to call that. Is there anything that you can take away from this day? I put it in 3 wet questions. Is teachers' wellness treated as an infrastructure or what data tells us teachers are burning out before it is too late? And the next one, how are school mental health referral pathways strengthened? So these are 3 questions that stakeholders, if you're hearing, we can have a conversation on it. So the day became a more well-being, wellness focus, centering educational, mental health, and burnout prevention was one of the key moments for us. Looked at resilience of instructional and human leadership and connecting school support to learning and behavior and attendance. So some of these were some catch thoughts that I put back here to give you an insight of what day 1 was. So these are some highlights based on views, came across some pictures that were taken. So we had right here, this was a session that was done by Black Creek. Yeah. Also, we had reggae exercise. We had a next session here that we were speaking on a very good topic. I'll look back on the program and let you know. Below here, right here, these were introduced to us as the movers and shakers. Not the movers and shakers in terms of how things work, but these are our little elves, the volunteers that made things work for us. So they were commended, they were actually pulled up by Miss Ingrid here from JTC, just to have persons to know who to go to in terms of what you wanted. My friend here from Oterias High School was thinking about something that was such enriching, and who can point me out? Right here, I was right here, day 1. So the reggae exercise was one of those things that I needed for everybody to hear, so I'm going to show it to you right now. So this was when it started. Yes, man, we actually, yeah, we're taking on our exercise run. And everybody, including myself at the top right there, was enjoying moving right after lunch, you know, man. So you had to do some movements. Yes. Yes, man. It was one of those pivotal moments that you always, when you move with pace. We traveled together from Jamaica. Alright. He did well. I will tell you his name in a moment. Dr. Blake was right there. So everybody got a nice little warm-up session to kind of give us set the momentum for the rest of the afternoon session. Yeah, man, it was well done. Doctor nicely doing work right there. Trust me, he was so busy. Yes, and those are the little elves that we call them, front desk personnel. Yeah, man, everybody was moving. Who could move, I should say. All right, so that was it. Lovely, lovely, lovely session. So day 2 came about, and day 2 was culture, classroom, and connection. In this day, the second day shows that resilience is built through belonging, inclusive design, and cultural confidence, right? So the main areas of the day in terms of what happened was concurrent workout session, workshops were done on culture, classroom, adopt a school, so parenting and journaling, self-care, the universal design for learning and practical course design for Caribbean classrooms were actually presented on, and gender equity through responsive pedagogy, followed by the reggae bingo as a cultural connection. So those were the areas that I carried out throughout the day. Now, culture is not an extra in education. It's a bridge that helps learners feel seen, families feel included, and educators design with intention. So if you have anything to say, feel free to say. But we are going to step up the pace now. So we're going to go to, let me share back from current slide. Yes, I'm going to share back my screen. So, let's look at day 3 now. Day 3 is restoring, reflecting, and rebuilding. So day 3 came across with some shifts of resilience from survival to repair, to self-awareness, accountability, and community renewal. So we looked at restorative practices. Workshop was introduced to us, and producing the philosophy on frameworks of actually doing what you know, showing us what we need to know about restorative framework, language and tools. So the restorative practices in action moves participants like myself from theory to lived dialogue. So I was able to learn that you have to repair, you have to put things together. You can't do everything with a hard, fast arm. And also, professional learning panel connects educators and students' well-being was also discussed. So my question to you now is, restoration requires a courageous reflection. It asks as educators to name what stands in the way while also choosing what pushes the community forward. So we have to look at who we are and how restorative practices can be able to nurture who we are in our classroom. So some pillars to look at: what happens after the arm? Punishment only or repair? Are restorative practices funded, scheduled, and coached? How can reflection become a part of professional accountability? So these are some pillars that you can look at: restorative tools, reflective practice, campus climate. These are some things that we actually looked at in day 3. And I must say, the session was very intriguing, very thought-provoking, and very insightful. It was conducted, at least this one which I was a part of, was conducted by my own VP of Academic Affairs, Dr. Zara Malcolm Walker, and also Dr. Diana Davis Smith, our Associate Dean at Excelsior Community College. So now, day 4. I'll take a pause for this because this day showed the resilience of everybody. So, we were giving our t-shirts like this, and we're told to meet up at the train station, and then you will be able to go on the train to the various spaces. Now, if you can read in Canada, you are going to be now rude away, because taking the bus, taking the train, you have to open your eyes. So how we found TMU is by opening our eyes and trying to read the signs to get to where we were. We weren't the only one, because everybody that we were on our leg, we asked them, how you found the place? By just going through and reading signs. So the final day connects resilience to innovation, practical AI, and the educator's responsibility to prepare learners for a changing world. So Georgetown College, as well as Toronto Metropolitan University, tours were done, which connected learning to future-ready spaces. This is up my alley. This is something that I love. Professor Russo, I met him, and trust me, we had a bond there, a conversation that was very rich. So the focus of the day was mainly on artificial intelligence, practical applications that educators like myself can be able to do or utilize in the classroom. The Grand Gala, celebrating learning, community, and resilience in action, was the last lap of the day. So my question to you though, future-ready classrooms are not built by technology alone. They are built by educators who use tools with purpose, equity, cultural awareness, and vision. So you have to remember that. All right, you have to remember what? That. Now, so these are some excerpts. So this is actually at the York University substation. I took a picture with our president, yes. And these are some other tertiary and primary school personnel that I met on the trip. This was actually in downtown Toronto where we took it. So everybody had a different experience getting to Georgetown as well as getting to Toronto Metropolitan University. We are all decked out in this t-shirt. So we are easy to be notified or identified when we go on the train. And I must big up Michael, who is in that train station right there, made our actual traverse between different substations very well. He educated us on how to get on the train, get off. So big up Michael. So as I said to you, if you don't know, you need to know how to read a map. This was actually in the train, so it shows you, it gives you an illustration of where the stops will be in the different areas, and you had to read them to know where you're going to go. This was taken in downtown Toronto, right in the midst of the center circle where we were passing to go to TMU. And as I said to you, these were some of our other colleagues that I think went to, if my memory serves me right, some of them went off to George Brown College for their AI presentation. So here, the Toronto University AI session was in full swing, and Professor Russo was giving some demonstration on how to use Claude and ChatGPT. I came in late, so I just took some pictures based on what was there. And over the section here is the artificial intelligence practical application in education agenda for the conference. So this was done by the George Brown Polytechnic arm of the summit. So they had a full session with everyone looking at the uncertainty, looking at how to use the tools to support teaching and learning, addressing academic integrity, the era of artificial intelligence, looking at accessible practical tools. So it was a full-fledged day of learning, guys. Now, the blueprint of basically human first, AI forward is something that persons need to look at, right? So keep the human touch, as I always tell persons, protect empathy, care, and authentic connection. When we're using these tools, we must still have our human judgment into full focus, because not just using the tool will take away or replace us. We plus the tool will make us even more better. Building AI awareness, grow confidence, understanding the digital literacy. Persons must stop the fear of this whole thing of, I can't use a tool, I don't see why I need to use it. It's a part of how we do things in the educational sphere now. So you need to start using it. Lead with responsibility. Use AI wisely, ethically, and with human oversight. Can't even reinforce it again. Balance emotional intelligence plus AI. Pair emotional intelligence with smart technology. Good synergy. Trust me. Create human-centered practice. This is something that must be done, because AI will assist us in enhance and empower we as educators and people over general. Because what persons don't understand is that the tool is there to empower, to elevate, to augment what we already know, what we already can do in our classroom. And it also turns insight into action. Guided reflection, innovate, and purpose. These are the things that future belongs to who uses the AI with empathy, ethics, and purpose. We must be aware of this. Now, as we continue, the full focus of the night was the gala night. French kiss, I should say, chef kiss. Decked out in your red and in your gold and black and a touch of red. Was a night's theme. We thought everything was, together. Well, at the Canadian Center, we had a night full of camaraderie and just reflecting on the days ahead, the few days that we were together, what happened. And we laughed at some jokes and some stuff that we really thought that we could have done better too, but we just say, hey, it's a part of the resilience process. Kudos to this young lady right here. I could have pulled this up with me. There's a part to it that'll have more me. It's Simone Rowe. I lift my hat to her. She took on the mantle of being the mover, the project leader of this actual thing. And I must tell you, she must sleep with less thought of, yes, everything went well, no, I can sleep. But it just started because the debriefing has to be done. I must say to her, well done. There were pitfalls. There are some things that needs to be looked at, but in everything that we do, there will not be a smooth transition. In the center here, you have members from the diaspora, as well as the lady of the night, Miss Augustine. I just heard her presentation in the opening night, and I must say she's a darling, right? Dr. Gillings and his wife, president of JTA, and other persons there, they were sitting in, they were taking in the moment, so shared some thoughts together. And our night's MC, yes, Ethan, I'll call him by his first name, Ethan, and our Uncle Donovan, yes. So some other moments of the actual days. So this was basically looking at the Talawa project, and also the conversation about curriculum and how we should reflect. They did a actual survey in the recovery process at primary schools, the motherhood of actually doing teaching in the classroom. So These were some excerpts from it. And with everything, you have to say goodbye. Yes, I had to come back home. So hence those two pictures in the Toronto airport and excerpts on the plane showing me, yes, the cloud that I'm actually about on. It was a good experience. Learned a lot of things that when you're in a first world country, these are the things that you're going to be looking at. For traveling, for me, it's the first for Canada. I've traveled to the United States already, but it's first for Canada. So it's something to take in. So these are my little moments as the final cut. Summit moments, connections, reflections. So if it is that you found anything here that connects to what actually happened, don't feel free to drop me a comment, like and share and subscribe to the channel. So as I close off with this. Resilience is the imperative because education is always being rebuilt by people who refuse to stop believing in learning, by people who refuse to stop believing in learners, communities, and the future. Resilience is imperative because education always being rebuilt. So tap in, reflect, and be inspired. So, thank you for watching. Tell me your resilience. What does resilience look like in your corner? How do you be able to pivot when you're into a difficult space? Let me know. I'm going to share with you. Yes, we got this little bag here. Bringing it up so you can be able to see it, from York University. They were one of the sponsors for I wouldn't say sponsors, but made most of the things happen for us, along with Black Creek University, Black Creek Health Center. So I must say my hat's lift up to Dr. Rogers. I met him as well. So all I'm saying tonight is, wherever you are as an educator, resilience means different things to everybody. What it means to me doesn't mean the same thing to you. I learned that in education, there's different spaces and how you'll be able to triumph over your difficult matters. I was able to connect with other persons. Cultural differences may come up because of food. I was thrusted into actually finding dinner in a different way. So I actually at M2M Go. It's a Mandarin store right across from the university. Nice palatable food. So I told them I will pick them up in my podcast. So if you're in New York University area and you want to eat some Mandarin food, check them out. It was a difference. It was something that I will always remember. That it made me think quickly on my feet, and it made me respect the space that I'm in my own country. Education is a rounded approach. Not everything that works here will work elsewhere. So, as I wrap up, I want to tell you, look out for the next podcast, which is part 2 to this road trip. So you'll see the other half of Canada. I'll show you the Niagara Falls and some other places that I went to. And we'll discuss some other key moments of the summit. And if it is that you have any children in the ages of 8 to 17, and you want to find a space for them for the summer, we at Excelsior Community College will be having our AI bootcamp. I'll be showing you the information on screen in a moment. Let me just put it up quickly. All right, so seem not to be able to find it. I'm going to find it now. All right, so I'm unable to find it just this moment, but I will be finding it in a moment. And I'll just go on to all right, so I'm going to find it in a moment. Wow, tired. Sun is it's hot, so I'm trying to go through things quickly. All right, so here it is, camp. So it's for ages 8 to 17, and it will be at our Eureka campus from week 20, July 27. So let me just pull up the picture for you. Oh, seems like if I can't find the boot camp thing, you can imagine that. Ah, found it. I'm gonna show you the first one. So the cost is 15,000 for the ages 13 to teens. Teens will be 13 to 17 will be 20,000, and the girls would be actually 15,000. So I'm going to show it to you quickly, and then we close off for tonight. So this is for the teens. This is for the young teens here, and it is at our Eureka campus. So if it is that you want a space for your son or your daughter to actually do the summer camp, reach out to us. That's it for me tonight. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a restful night.